Hi everybody, and welcome back to Two Wrestling Dogs Farms. So today we're going to be making lettuce wraps and a basil mint chimichurri, and we're going to be using the basil, the mint, and the butter crunch lettuce that we got from Gazy Brothers Farms in Oxford, Connecticut. Now, I'm using these vegetables because these are the kind of things that you're going to be finding in the farmers markets and at the farms in the Northeast area. So we try to live seasonal and local, and these are some of the recipes that I love using every year, and I'm here to share them with you. So first of all, I just want to remind you to if you're watching this and you haven't already done so, please subscribe to this channel, Chris Napolitano, and also please go to Facebook and follow my page, Two Wrestling Dogs Farms. And quite often, girls, quite often I will be posting my recipes and photos of dishes on the Facebook page. So please do both, and please also share. So let's first start off with the basil mint chimichurri. Now what's wonderful about this recipe is you could pretty much do it with whatever fresh herbs you have on hand. So I got one bunch of basil and one bunch of mint in the share bag that we got from Gazy Brothers. And basically what you're going to end up having is 2 cups of fresh herbs. So if you want to do this at home and you have parsley and you have cilantro, really whatever you want to do. So it can really be made of anything, which is why it's such a great recipe. And I'm also going to add a 1/4 cup of olive oil, a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, and this is actually red wine vinegar that we made with a mother last year, and some red wine that we had left over from, I think, Easter dinner of last year. 1 clove of garlic, minced, and that's raw garlic. And then I have a 1/2 teaspoon of ground coriander, a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we're going to just cover up our little food processor. Look at it. I'm just going to push down a little bit on the sides because there are some pieces that didn't get used. And that's that. Now the next dish we're going to do is lettuce wraps. Now, I have mentioned before that we are omnivores and we do eat meat, but we eat a little bit of meat. So with this recipe, we're going to be using just a 1/2 pound of ground beef. Now, if you are a vegetarian or vegan and you don't want to use ground beef, you could very easily just up the quantity of mushrooms and cooked rice that we use in the recipe. So the recipe actually uses 1 cup of farro. Now, farro is a really great grain. It's popular in Italian cuisine, and I like using it because I'm not really a very big fan of white rice, and I love the crunch that farro has. Even after you've just finished boiling it, it's really delicious. And what I did today was I sauteed the cup of farro in 1 tablespoon of avocado oil. And I just toasted it in a frying pan for like 4 minutes on each side and tossed it about. So it just gives it a little bit of crunchiness, which I really like. And then we're going to add 1 cup of sauteed chopped mushrooms. Now we had a lot of mushrooms growing on our property that we had propagated with some mycelium spawn. So this is one of the bags of mushrooms that I had put in the freezer, and I just chopped it up really fine, and we're just going to add it to the rice. I also have a ½ pound of ground beef. So like I said, if you are vegetarian and you don't want to use ground beef, you can obviously substitute it with one of those Impossible meats, or just double the amount of mushrooms and rice. So there we go. Then I'm going to use some sauteed vegetables. So you want to just come up with 2 cups of vegetables. Now this looks like frozen mixed vegetables that you get in the grocery store, and you can most definitely use that for this, but I happen to have had carrots and string beans on hand and frozen corn, so I tossed them all together with 2 cloves of finely minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of avocado oil, and 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, a little salt and pepper, and I got it just sauteed enough that the corn started to pop. So we're going to add that in. And then we're going to add some seasonings. So we have some soy sauce, rice vinegar, and remember I made that ginger syrup the other day? I'm using 2 teaspoons of the ginger syrup. I'm also using a ½ teaspoon of my red pepper powder. And then the original recipe that I had found called for hoisin sauce, but I didn't have any. So instead of a ½ cup of hoisin, I used 2 tablespoons of plum sauce and 2 tablespoons of black bean sauce, because I had those on hand. So, you know, feel free to look up substitutes for things. You never know what you might find in your refrigerator that's appropriate. So everything has already been cooked and is actually still warm. So we are going to just mix this up. And I already have here plated a few leaves of the Butter Crunch lettuce. So this is why Butter Crunch is perfect. The leaves are these little tiny cups. And what we'll do is we'll just put some of the mix into the lettuce cup. Top it off with a little bit of chimichurri. And that is deliciousness. All made with seasonal, local ingredients that you probably have in your refrigerator. I didn't have any radishes, but if you have some fresh radishes, that's perfect to add. But I did have some of the last of our radish microgreens. So that's it for now. Everybody stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe. And we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Take care.